Let's see. Alright. A multi-purpose tool for all occasions. Oh, it certainly beats hauling around multiple tools. It is a bit small though, so it may not be the best for heavy-duty tasks. Still, it'll be good enough for the simple stuff. Nice! No issues detected. Next up... the no fuss camping stove that I pieced together before. The only issue is that the flame would sometimes extinguish on its own, so I couldn't really depend on it. Having said that, it's a good thing survivalist picked it up after I threw it away, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to boil water. I've got to make some adjustments so it's more dependable. Reinforcements required. Check. Next up, it should be somewhere around here. Whoops. Oh no! It spilled everywhere. I'll have to check later if it's still usable. I don't think it's totally broken though. I think... Found it! A fire starter that I picked up on the surface. Oh, and it showed up just in the nick of time too. Precisely when I needed to make a fire during a mission. Oh, it's saved my hide more than once since then. More reliable than flint and more durable than a lighter. It's no wonder it's a time-tested survival essential that pops up all the time in those old reality programs. I still remember what a close call that was. I needed to make a signal fire. But all my ignition tools were either soaked or broken. If I hadn't stumbled upon this fire starter inside the blanket, I wouldn't have been able to make a fire at all. It's been good to me many times since then. This must have been a precious item for the others as well. Alright, time to check if it works. Let's see. Take the scraper, put it against the rod, and... Scrape! Huh? I should be getting some sparks. It was working fine last time. Is it broken? That's why I came to see you, survivalist.
So, you want to repair your fire starter?
Exactly. It's incredibly important to me.
Tove proudly showed me what seems to be a metal rod with an orange handle, and a shabby name tag attached to it. Isn't there somewhere in the Ark that could fix it for you?
I searched the entire Ark up and down before coming here. And to no one's surprise, nobody there could help me.
Why do you say to no one's surprise?
No businesses in the Ark produce survival equipment. Nobody in the Ark needs it anymore.
I see.
Having said that, you can find stuff that's similar. Plenty of stores have outdoor gear in stock. If you're in the market for casual camping gear, you're set. Basic things like matches, lighters, or flashlights are easy enough to find. But serious survival gear like this fire starter? Nowhere to be found.
Got it. Do you think it can be fixed?
The actual repairs won't be that difficult. When you scratch this rod with the scraper, it'll create sparks. Unfortunately, the surface of the rod has been worn down. Here, touch it. Notice how it's all smooth? The principle of the fire starter is simple. You scrape the rod with this metal scraper to produce fine flecks of metal. When that makes contact with the air, it oxidizes and poof! Sparks fly. If the rod's surface is smooth, it means there's no more metal left to scrape. That's why it doesn't produce sparks anymore. Probably.
Probably.
Well, there was a minor incident recently. That may have damaged it somewhat. But it shouldn't be ruined to the point of being unusable. If Guy vs. Wild says it's fine, it shouldn't be an issue. That host, Grizzly Grills, is never wrong.
If that guy says so, then it's probably legit.
So you know about him too? Half the knowledge I've acquired has been from old reality shows. The crude, sorry. I picked up a ton of survival know-how from when you're stranded in the wild. There's one show by this guy called Ed Caneford. His specialty is surviving in the middle of nowhere. He and Grizzly Grills have different approaches, so watching them both covers all your bases. If you watch an episode of one show, it's good to follow it up with an episode from the other show. For example, the first episode of Guy vs. Wild Season 2 is about escaping from a desert. And then a stranded season...
Anyway, you want to repair that fire starter, right?
Oh, yes, that's right.
And you assume that I know how to fix it.
I thought if anyone would know how, it'd be you. You have so much experience on the surface, and tons of survival knowledge. Even if you didn't know, I figured you might introduce me to someone who does. So, could you help me out?
Well, I may be an expert on survival up on the surface, but I don't know everything.
Uh-huh.
However, I might know someone who'll know how to fix it for you.
Woohoo! I knew I could count on you. That's why I respect you so much.
Alright, should we head over there?
Yeah, let's go right away. Hey, boss. I see you brought Tove with you.
Hey, Senti.
Hello, Senti. How you been? Oh, been great. What about you, Tove? I haven't seen you since Leader banned you from coming after you made some strange gadgets in the workshop. Yeah, about that. That was meant to be a minimalist survival tool. When Leader stormed in and started screaming at you, I was afraid for my own life too.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was quite a scene. Ever since then, whenever I see Tove, I always make sure Leader isn't nearby. But don't worry, your Leader's out on a business trip, so you're safe. Good to know. Anyway, seeing as the boss is with you, I assume you're here on important business? If you need me to make or fix anything, just say the word. Okay. How about this?
Tove hands the fire starter to Senti.
Do you think it'd be possible to fix this? What's this you've given me?
Senti takes the fire starter and inspects it from numerous angles, fiddling with its various parts.
I see. Aha! Did you find something? I certainly did. Judging by the residual metal on this rod here, I'd say this is the tool for starting fires.
Bingo.
Its composition isn't terribly complicated. In fact, it's a rather simple setup. An alloy rod and a scraper, that's it. The alloy rod wears down the more you use it, so it's somewhat akin to the lead in a pencil. As long as you replace the rod, you'll be able to use this fire starter in no time. I knew it! My hunch was spot on! You see? Those reality shows never lie!
Where can we get a new rod?
Unfortunately, you can't find something like this in the Ark anymore. There's nowhere that carries a part like this these days. I figured as much. Everyone I asked had no idea where to get one either.
That's why we came to you, Senti. Mighty Tools can craft anything.
That's precisely right. Mighty Tools can create any tool you need. They're practically omnipotent. To make this rod, we'll need the proper equipment to smelt metal. Mix it in precise proportions, then cast and cool the alloy. We'll also need the manpower to carry out the entire process. Fortunately, Mighty Tools has all of that. As long as we have the right materials, making a replacement alloy rod won't be a problem at all. So, does that mean... That's right. We can't make it. What?
You sounded so confident. I thought you were going to say it'd be fine.
The actual process of making it isn't the issue. Then what is it? Isn't this the part where you tell us how you'll be able to get started right away? I'd love to say that to you, trust me. However, there's one fatal problem that's stopping us. What's that? It's simple. We don't have the materials. Oh.
Sounds straightforward enough.
To make the alloy rod, we'll need what are called rare earth elements. They're not commonly used materials, so we only bring them in when we need them. Messialis has a monopoly over all the rare earth elements that are inside the Ark. So if we're not able to get the materials that we need from them, it'll be impossible for us to craft the alloy required for a new rod. So we have to procure it from Messialis HQ? Oh, is that even possible? I highly doubt they'll be willing to part with it.
Pretty doubtful.
I'm sure they'd be willing to sell it to you for the right price. And what would that be? Lido handles all of our orders, so I wouldn't know.
Looks like we're paying a visit to Messialis HQ.
Yeah, seems like our only option. Thanks for the help, Senti. Oh, no problem. Once Lita lifts your ban, feel free to drop by any time. Sure. Oh man, I'm so nervous. Why does my heart start racing every time I come here? I feel like a hapless prey standing before an apex predator.
I get what you mean. It was the same whenever I have to submit documents to the central government offices.
Wow! So you feel the same way too sometimes?
Being evaluated is always nerve-wracking.
No, it's the exact same feeling whenever I showcase my latest handmade tools to everyone else in Unlimited. As for why I'm so nervous right now, could it be because I pestered Messialis so much to put me in Unlimited? And I ended up in a squad I wasn't originally assigned to as a result?
It could be.
Yeah, maybe.
This makes a lot of sense. I did not know this. I should probably do her bond.
Oh, hey cutie, hey Tove. Fancy running into you guys here. Howdy, Maxwell!
Hey, Maxwell, what are you doing here?
Me? Oh, just cleaning up another mess those ignoramuses made. Gonna make it 7, because why not? Ouch! I hope it wasn't anything dangerous. Nah, it's nothing serious. Just them getting up to their usual antics. Those guys never learn. Oh, I'm glad it wasn't anything major. I was worried that someone had gotten hurt, or a room collapsed.
Looks like that's what's happened.
Those knuckleheads did get hurt, and our dorm room is no longer standing. But if you ask me, that's nothing compared to the mental damage I've suffered. Wait, is everything alright? Oh, it's fine. This isn't the first time, and it certainly won't be the last. Those goobers are tough as nails. A little scrape won't faze them. No, I meant you, Maxwell. Are you okay? It sounds like you've been through a lot. If only my squad members were half as considerate as you, Tove. So, what did you come here for? Oh, right! I got sidetracked. Could you take a look at this?
Tove handed the fire starter to Maxwell.
A fire starter? Wow, you recognized it right away! We find them occasionally during missions on the surface, especially in places formerly inhabited by humans. I even examined the alloy on the rod once because it seemed unique. Oh, then you must know what it's made of! Oh, of course.
As expected for someone from Mattis.
If that's the case, is there any way we could buy some materials from you? Oh, sure. That's doable. Survivalist? There's this feeling in my chest like it's about to burst. Is this joy I feel? After searching high and low all through the Ark and the outpost, I finally found a way to fix my precious fire starter.
Congrats. Congrats on fixing your twisted fire starter. I mean precious fire starter.
I couldn't have done it without your help.
I barely did anything. This was possible thanks to your persistence.
I hate to spoil the mood.
But do you have enough credits?
How much do I need?
Well, the alloy needed for this rod contains rare earth elements. And to produce a rod of this size, I'd say it'll set you back about this much. Maxwell shows the calculated amount on her device.
Oh!
Are you being serious right now?
That was serious as a heart attack. That's more credits than I spent on every survival tool in my life combined.
Why is it so expensive?
Oh, they're called rare earth elements, not find them anywhere elements. The mines near the Ark dried up long ago, so now we have to send resource gathering squads to far off locations to excavate for them. On top of that, rare earth elements are a strategic resource, therefore the central government entrusts Missilis with its strict oversight. As a result, it's priced accordingly and is hardly something that the average person can afford. Oh man!
I'm guessing you don't have enough credits.
If that's the case, I'd suggest giving up the notion of making the alloy yourself. But I have to fix this fire starter. It holds so many important memories for me.
But why go through the trouble of making the alloy? All you have to do is replace the rod, right?
Yeah, but if I want a replacement rod, I need the alloy.
No, you're not following. What you need isn't the alloy, but another rod altogether. Right, one that's already been made. Wouldn't that solve your problem?
But I've searched all over the Ark and there's none left.
Sure, that goes without saying.
Then how are we supposed to find one?
Oh, weren't you listening to me? On the surface. Per Maxwell's advice, Tove and I are on the surface in search of a replacement for the fire starter. We maneuver our way through a ruined city.
It's all so simple when I think about it now. I found this one on the surface before. So it stands to reason that I should search for a replacement in the same place. Feels like I had to take a pretty long detour before figuring that out though.
A circuitous path is a path all the same.
I guess you're right. Whether you take the long or short route, you still end in the same spot. I found a way to fix my fire starter and that is what matters.
Is there a specific reason you chose to start with this place?
Oh, I figured the odds of us finding something here would be highest.
What makes you think that?
Take a look around you. This used to be a city. Cities have infrastructure built to help people survive. The buildings here were designed to protect the inhabitants from external threats. More supplies are accumulated in urban areas as well. So it's relatively easy to find what you need. Most people don't have the knowledge required to survive in harsh environments. If disaster were to strike, they'd be most likely to try and stay in places they find familiar. Ergo, when the first Rapture invasion hit and some couldn't make it to the Ark, people most likely ran to cities like this in order to survive. Sorry, did that get too heavy?
No, it's fine. I must say, you get awfully serious when you talk about survival.
Huh? Really? I think I used to be a bit cavalier when it came to survival. For the longest time, it was something I only saw in TV shows or read about in books. But after working with everyone in the Unlimited Squad to rescue survivors at the Northern Base, and going through all sorts of other disasters, my outlook changed. I started to realize that survival isn't some cool sounding fantasy. It's reality. Although, to be honest, I still sometimes feel like I'm unqualified to talk about this stuff.
What do you mean? You're already an accomplished survival expert.
If that's what you think, maybe it really is true. But I'm still convinced I've got a lot to learn from the other members of my squad. They truly are amazing. I really admire how they can handle missions in those extreme conditions at the Northern Base. Whenever my tools actually help them out, it gives me a real sense of pride. It also makes me feel I should work harder than I do.
Everyone knows that you work hard. You should be proud.
You think so? Alright, let's start looking for a fire starter. Let's check inside that building first.
Tove walks briskly into a building which is visible straight ahead. Inside one of the rooms is the bit of the building Tove entered. There are still traces left behind from the previous inhabitants.
Oh, it looks like someone stayed here briefly and then left.
How do you know that?
Oh, little things. Here, do you see this?
Tove points to a slightly scorched spot on the floor.
A fire was lit here, but there are still plenty of things around that could have been used as firewood. That tells me they didn't stay here very long. Ah, look at that!
Tove runs to a bag left in the corner of the room and rummages through it.
It's a survival bag. Ah, there are still plenty of consumables inside. That means it's got to be here somewhere. Ah! I found it!
Tove smiles brightly and pulls out the item in question from the bag.
It's a fire starter! Decoy's been set up. Food secured. Tent pitched.
Late at night. Having decided to stay here for the night, Tove skillfully sets about preparing the camp.
The only thing left now is to start a fire. Luckily, there's plenty of wood around. We just need some tinder and kindling to get everything started. Survivalist, could you handle that while I stack the firewood?
Sure. I'll see what I can find.
Thanks!
Following Tove's instructions, I walk around the building in search of tinder and kindling, eventually finding a pillow and a few books. When I return, Tove is intently writing something on her fire starter. What are you doing?
Oh, back already? I'm just making some adjustments to my fire starter.
It looked like you were writing something.
Oh, you saw that? Oh boy, this is kind of embarrassing to explain. I was writing the name of the person who originally owned this replacement rod that I used. I guess it's a kind of ritual, or perhaps it's my own way of showing respect.
Tove, looking embarrassed, shows me the ratty name tag attached to the fire starter. A plethora of different names are written on it. However, none of the names overlap with each other.
When I first picked up this fire starter, these names were already written like this. To be honest, they're a bit of a mystery. Maybe they're the names of people who previously owned this fire starter. Or maybe a person wrote them to remember someone, just like what I'm doing now. Regardless, the one thing I'm sure of is that whoever wrote those names, they didn't want them to be erased. I wanted to carry on that tradition, which is why I'm writing down this person's name. It's a bit weird, I know.
Not at all.
Thank you. Well then, let's light the fire. I'll use the stuffing from the pillow you brought back as tinder. If I place the fire starter here and scrape this rod with a scraper...
When Tove scrapes the newly replaced aloe rod, a bright cluster of sparks erupts. The sparks soon ignite the tinder, then the kindling, and eventually set the firewood ablaze.
And voila! It's that easy. It's a bit more work than using a lighter or matches. But the fact that it's sturdiest is a major advantage. Anyway, now that we've got a fire going, what do you say we get our grub on?
As the warmth of the campfire slowly spreads throughout the room, Tove and I heat up the food that we prepared.
Nothing beats a nice warm meal. Using open flame as a means of cooking is fundamental to human survival. That's why fire starting tools are so critical.
Couldn't agree more.
I knew you'd understand, survivalist. The fire feels good.
Sitting like this, staring into the fire. It warms not only my body, but my heart too. I wonder if the previous owners of this fire starter felt that same warmth.
Tove grips the fire starter, speaking softly.
When I sit here like this, it feels like I'm sharing the same experience as those people. Feeling their feelings.
Maybe it's because of the memories left behind by those who used it before.
You think so?
They say precious items are partially imbued with the essence of their owners.
And the people who used this before must have really valued it.
They must have, I'm sure. Why isn't your name on that tag, Tove?
My name? Do you think it's okay for me to write my name on it?
You cherish that tool, do you not?
Of course, it's incredibly important to me.
Do you absolutely deserve to have your name on it? Just like the others who valued it before. You're a survival expert living on the surface, just like they were.
Survivalist. also write your name?
My name? Why?
You helped me repair it. And you're also a survival expert living on the surface, like me. If I deserve to have my name written on this, then you most assuredly do too. I also want to make sure that your name doesn't get lost with time.
Alright, go ahead. And add my name as well.
All right.
Tove carefully writes both of our names on the old name tag attached to the fire starter. When she's finished, she sheepishly shows me her handiwork.
Let's make sure that the names written on this tag are never forgotten. We must survive, no matter what.